Room. Shambles. The best to ever do it is back again as a green yellow leader, and if you're looking for how to play him, here's everything you need to know. Law is a new green yellow dual color leader with 4 life and 5k power. He features an activate main ability that you can use once per turn if you have a Dawn attached to him. If the total cost of characters on your board is 5 or more, return a character to your hand. Then reveal the top life card, and if it's a cost 5 or less Supernova character, put it into play. Like the OG Red-Green Law from OP01, this Law checks for a board density to cheat out 5 cost characters. This time, a density based on total cost instead of total character. The nice thing about Green Yellow Law is that he can turn on his ability by going wide with small characters or tall with large characters, meaning that you can switch up your game plan from opponent to opponent depending on what sort of interaction they're trying to do and what sort of offense will get you the win. Green Yellow Law can be built in 2 different ways. The first, a tempo aggression deck. The second, a classic 8-cost kid deck. But first, let's look into his new toolbox. First is our searcher Monkey D. Luffy, a classic 1-cost searcher that on play checks the top 5 cards for a Supernova type card other than Luffy and adds it to hand. Not only does it let us sculpt our hand while building board cost, but it can also generate actual card advantage, since after returning it to hand to pay leader ability, you can replay it again and again. Similarly, we have the new Beige, a 1-cost 2k counter with on play, take the top or bottom card of your life, then add up to 1 Supernova type character from your hand to the top of your life face up. Obviously, you can set up leader ability while adding cost to your board, then returning to the hand to be used as a defensive 2k counter. But it can also set up triggers. That's right, these new Supernovas aren't just meant to be cheated out, they're also made of triggers like any good yellow card. Like this new Basil Hawkins, a 4-cost 5k power character with 1k counter, and on KO, your opponent trashes the top life card. With trigger, draw 2 cards and trash 1 to sculpt your hand. Playing this card is worth so much, since once it hits the board, barring bounce or bottom deck removal, it will always get one of your opponent's life cards or be ripping cards from their hand when it attacks. And to really turbo out that value, check out this combo. With starter deck 12's Dracula Mihawk, a 3-cost 4k power character with 2k counter, you could play this Mihawk on 3 Dawn on your second turn going first, cheating out a rested Basil Hawkins into play. Even if your opponent wants to untap on 4 Dawn and clear the rested Hawkins, they'll burn a life at its cost with the KO trigger. If they don't, they're letting you untap with 3 attackers, a board with greater than 5 cost for leader activation, and a 2k counter character to return to hand for the cost. Plus, your deck has plenty of other slash characters to cheat off the Mihawk effect as well. Like this brand new 3-cost Zoro. I mean, what's a Law deck without one? This new Zoro gains rush when you have less life cards than your opponent. He also has trigger, trash a card from your hand if your leader is a Supernova type, and play him to the board. With these, we can really tempo out our opponents while generating large swings on large boards, with the Dawn we save from cheating characters into play, making them bigger. To shore up our defense, since our opponents could just aggro our leader, we have cards like the new Jewelry Bonnie, a 3-cost blocker with on play at the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, then add a cost 5 or lower Supernova character face up on the top of your life, setting up a leader activation while generating a blocker. Or this new X-Drake, a 2k counter would activate main rest this character. If your life is equal to or less than your opponent's, rest up to 1 of their characters who cost 4 or less. With your leader's ability, you can easily return him for cost to recur your 2k after resting a pesky blocker or setting up an attack target, giving you repeatable interaction. I joked about how Green Yellow Law is just Red-Green Law all over again in a lot of ways so far, but that's actually more than a joke, because the backbone of what makes this deck so powerful is the green core of Red-Green Law. Red-Green Law's Green Supernova package is an extremely key piece of this deck. With the original 5-cost Law from OP01, we can generate an aggressive blocker that also acts as a combo extender. With its on play, it lets us return 1 character to our hand to play a 3-cost or lower character from our hand to the board. Letting us generate multiple on-play effects, reuse cards, set up multiple Zoro swings, or just take a card that was rested and set it to active so that our opponent cannot attack it down. Or EB01's Cavendish, a 5-cost 6k power character with 1k counter and on play when attacking, unrest to Dawn. With Cavendish in your life, you can easily tap down to get your total cost on board up to 5, and equip it to leader. Play Cavendish from life, then unrest to Dawn to dig deeper with Luffy, or swing bigger on your opponent. All of these cards help generate great game tempo to control the match. Just like Law from Starter Deck 02, which allows you to generate multiple swings in a turn, or leave your characters in active position so they can't be attacked. Or OP07's Bonnie, who can freeze an opponent's rested character or Dawn to prevent them from attacking or curving out into their large threats. And speaking of Bonnie, did we mention you have the second Supernova searcher in Starter Deck 2's Bonnie? Yes sir, 4 1-drop searchers, 1 rested, 1 on play. These cards generate massive amount of early to mid-game tempo that allows you to cut and run on the board, or smash an opponent's life efficiently, demanding a response. But it's our top end that goes crazy hard, especially this new bomb. The brand new Trafalgar Law Secret Rare from OP10 is a 7-cost 9k power character with on play reveal a Supernova type character from your hand and add it to the top of your life face down. Then if your leader is Supernova type, give up to one of your Rested Dawn to your leader. This law allows us to heal a life or set up a Supernova to be cheated off the top of your life while also turning on your leader's ability to do so by applying the Rested Dawn. Gaining a life while establishing a 9k body can already take a game out of your opponent's hand. They thought they could tempo you out for game on the final turn, allowing you now to set up a board to smash in on their turn and kill them first. Plus, the classic king of Supernova top ends returns with OP01's Kid, an 8-drop 8k power character with an activate main rest this character to play a cost 3 or lower character from your hand, and a Dawn 1 ability that forces an opponent to declare all attacks at your Kid as long as he's rested with a Dawn attached. With Kid, we can easily burn our life to leader ability, play aggressively on board early game, while denying our opponent the chance to punish us by pushing directly at leader in the late game. And with our leader's ability letting us bounce and replay our Searcher Luffy, we can continuously fill our hand with counter power to protect it. And if you're not interested in the lockdown style, Starter Deck 16 Shanks is the perfect tool. Though not a Supernova, this 9-cost 11k power character comes in and KOs a rested character on play of any cost. So you can quickly close out any counterplay your opponent throws into your board while establishing a body big enough to take over the game from there, especially paired with the flurry of attackers and blockers you generated off leader ability. Now you definitely need to know what your matchups are looking like, but if you have any specific questions about this deck or the matchups, make sure to ask us in the comment section down below or join our Discord you can find in the description. But the matchups you're favored into are any 4-life leader and P. Luffy. With 4-life leaders, you're going to quickly accelerate into mid-sized bodies that will take chunks off your opponent's life while they're still establishing their board. And P. Luffy struggles similarly to Dofi, where you're able to get under them early game, and as long as you play around their predictably mapped plays and push at the right time, you can easily aggro them down. Surprisingly, this deck can perform well against the new Boogeyman Teach. Yes, you will lose a bunch of on-play combos, but you're constantly cheating in 5-cost bodies off leader that require a lot of reduction to remove, and have plenty of value without their on-play abilities, or they feature activate main, on attacking, or on KO abilities instead. And don't forget your yellow Zoros gaining rushed not by an on-play ability, but a constant game state check to see if it meets the criteria. Yes, they can turn off your on-play abilities, but if they do, you still have a lot of play, and the turns they don't, you're gonna go big. Playing against big decks like Shanks can be possible to win, similar to Dofi, because of your level of aggression and ability to go wide. But you do have limited windows before they typically go and take over the game. And this is definitely a matchup you're required to resolve your green Shanks in 9 times out of 10. But watch out against the aggro Boogeyman Doflamingo. At 5 life with an aggro board, he can easily match your pace into your 4 or less life thanks to your leader ability kind of taking your own, while having an easier way of keeping their characters active. The only upside is that your 5-cost characters are just out of range of their 4-cost law, so they're harder to control the board outside of specifically a Gravity Blade or a Jozu, but with that 4-cost law, they can still generate a lot of counter power in hand or keep resetting their board to active. So just make sure you're locked in during any game against them. And if you're looking for a place to start, here's a Green Yellow Law deck that took top 16 at the Tokyo area tournament, going 8-2 in Swiss. Or if you're looking to play around an 8-drop Kid in the late game, this is the version of the deck I've been finding the most success with. And you can tune it really easily for text based on your local metagame by shaving 4 ofs to 3 ofs. And thank you so much to all of our members for supporting our channel and getting this and other videos up to 2 weeks early, plus some other sweet member perks. And don't forget, we'll be going live soon to play through all the new OP10 leaders and answer your questions live on the channel. But if you're looking for any more deck guides and OP10 leaders or more fun One Piece content, check out the channel and subscribe.